Hey guys, it's Fractal Gaming, and if you've been a subscriber to my channel before, or if you've seen any of my videos, you should know that I'm a pretty big fan of the indie gaming community. I've done videos in the past about indie games that I loved and thought deserved to be recognized, or just what I was playing at the time and I decided to share it with you guys. I've even done some videos looking in depth at one indie game purely because I love playing it so much. Now that was well over a year ago because uni made it pretty difficult to continue doing YouTube. But now that I'm back, I kind of want to do like an indie game appreciation video every month or so, where I look at 2 or 3 new releases that I thought were pretty cool and that you should check out. For the record, all the indie games I'm looking at will be free, all very cheap on the Steam Marketplace so that everyone can have a go and play for themselves. If you want to see more of this, then leave a like and let me know in the comments what you think about the games that I've picked. So, might as well get into it. First off is Bon Voyage by Team Cobblestone, pardon the pun. This third-person adventure game puts you in the shoes of Arthur the Skeleton, who for some reason needs glasses despite the fact he has no eyes. This unique, light-hearted game starts you off washed up on a pirate ship after being saved by the ship's captain, Lachlan Murray. You don't know exactly why you're on the ship or how you got there, but it's your job to explore the vessel and find clues as to exactly what happened. Throughout the game you have to help out crew members, collect items, and solve fairly simple puzzles to try and figure out the mystery you found yourself in. The game uses an interesting game mechanic where you can detach your head to fit into small spaces that initially you wouldn't be able to get through in the first place. This gives room for more puzzles and changes the perspective of how you perceive the game, which is very crucial for these types of adventure games. What I loved initially about this game is the choice of colours and the art style used to give this kind of cartoony, poly look to the game, which you do find a lot in 3D indie games since it's easier for the engine to process. But the lighting and the aesthetic fits the feel of the game, which is just an enjoyable, not too stressful experience to play, which is strange since it looks like we're on a ghost ship to the afterlife. This ties in well with the music as well, which has a mix of fun adventure style sounds and like children's Halloween Jack Skellington type of music, which shouldn't work, but it does oddly fit. Now there are some issues with it, as with all indie games, well, all games in general actually. The main one being the camera is too jerky at times and has this weird kind of like motion blur effect whenever you move the camera quite a bit, which is very jarring and I feel like they could have done without. There were also some camera issues in one of the scenes when talking to a shipmate. The screen just went completely blank for whatever reason. Also, while I praise the music, I don't feel like they mixed it all that well and it took a while for the music to fade between different areas. Furthermore, when given dialogue options or event options, it wasn't clear what I could and couldn't do. Graying out the options that are currently unavailable or just remove them entirely would have helped quite a bit. Now while these are somewhat minor details in game design, they go a long way to the experience of the game. Also, this little spelling mistake was pretty hilarious, so I just thought I had to keep it in. Next we're going to talk about Project Zero Deaths by UAB Editas, a physics-based online multiplayer platform shooter that has you playing in short games against another team. You're put into 2 teams, red and blue, and you have 2 minutes to complete the objective using your character's special traits and the weapons you find on the map. While killing the opposition is key, the main objectives in these modes includes collecting coins, planting bombs on enemy territory, and capturing the flag with little to no time at all. You get these game modes in a lot of games nowadays, but the short stints in which you play keeps it very fast paced and hectic, so much so that you can quickly go from winning to losing in a flash. You pick up a range of weapons which spawn all over the map, from snipers to bows and arrows to explosive firearms to shotguns. But you only have a limited amount of shots, so you should use them very wisely. Also, these maps are very different, and there's so many of them that I very rarely saw the same map twice, so there's a lot of variety and replayability as it always feels very fresh. Once the game is over, you're rewarded with XP for your character and the guns you used, as well as gold and tokens to spend on improving your arsenal or buying loot boxes. There's a fairly extensive skill tree for improving your weapons, which helps improve damage taken, range, and how many shots you have with that weapon. To add to this, there are up to 500 levels for you to reach, all coming with rewards and multiple characters to unlock, each with their own abilities, which you can further improve and customize as you level up. Now with all that being said, for an indie game this is very impressive. But I do have some qualms about the loot boxes and the way you level up items. Considering there's an option to buy gold and gems with your own money, this feels a little bit pay to win, which I'm definitely not a fan of. We've seen how loot boxes and this pay to win model has single-handedly ruined games and destroyed the reputation of well-known companies, so either change the leveling up system or make it so the loot boxes only provide cosmetic items. That aside, the actual gameplay is really fun and enjoyable, and play this can get addictive, especially when playing with friends. If you have a group of mates looking to pass the time with some short and sweet quick action gameplay, then I definitely recommend this game. And finally we're going to talk about Backbone Prologue by Egna. This is probably my favourite of the 3 games and definitely the one I got the most hooked on. Now this is just a prologue, so it's actually pretty short to play through, but every second of it was absolutely worth it. You play as a private investigator who's been given the job of trying to find this beaver's supposedly cheating husband. In this pixel art 2D side scroller, you have to scour the depths of Granville and interrogate the locals to try and find out what happened and where he's hiding. You can crouch, run, and use your wits and chat to suss out information from friends and foes. Noir type detective problem solving solving games have always been a favourite of mine, and Backbone is that to a T. The music perfectly sets you in the mood with a calming coffee shop soundtrack with a hint of suspense to keep you on edge. The pixel art is inspiring with such attention to detail and makes the city of Granville really come alive. The characters are interesting and engaging, and the dialogue between them really keeps you tied to the storyline. I cannot speak highly enough of this game, and I cannot wait for when the full game is available to download because I am sold. The game from top to bottom has the potential to be Indie Game of the Year, and I only played the very beginning of it. Now I could be speaking too soon, and I don't want to show off too much of the game because I don't want to ruin it for anyone who wants to play it for themselves, but I have a good feeling that Backbone could be a real gem of a video game. Well, that's it from me. If you enjoyed, then leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you have any other indie games that you could recommend. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.